Alright guys, we're gonna talk about goblins in Diablo 3. What happens the most of the time when you encounter a goblin pack, like in rifts or just outside in the world? That actually usually spawns only in the rifts, mostly like in the Nephilim rifts. The moment the gear drops, it lags out the game. Like, you will freeze and for a solid 10 seconds sometimes, and then you can move on. Blue Goblins has the same. Like, they split up, they start lagging out the game. You split them more up, they even got a more... The moment the gear drops, you're gonna stop doing it. Alright, so... we got 5 things that actually drops. We got Veiled Crystals. We got Veiled Crystals. We got Arcane Dust. We got reusable parts. And we got Death Breaths. And then we got Legendaries. Like, the thing with the Goblins is, at the moment, how it stands. Like, so you kill the Goblin, and then what they're doing is drop gear everywhere. Blues, yellows, reusables, white gear, and Death Breaths left, right, and center. And gems, but gems is already like the moment you pick them up, it's alright. So what do we have most of the time is you have an amount of Death Breaths. You have a certain amount of reusable parts. You have a lot of arcane dust that drops. Like, and these are all crafting material, right? And we got Veiled Crystals. Right, so what the problem, and we got legendaries, like legendary. Like, the thing is, in my opinion, why might be better for the game, like legendaries. Let's put some legendaries as well. Like, the thing is as well, like for me personally, what might be better, like to a certain torment level, like let's say torment 8, right? So we start the game, get to torment 8, and we find the goblin pack. Now, the moment you go in T16, the moment you go behind T8, right? Most of the time you already complete your season journey to level 4, to chapter 4 complete. So you get your set pieces, you get these, and this. Alright. So what you actually need now is Forgotten Souls, Fate Crystals, Ordained Dust, Rebootable Parts, and Death Breath. Alright. Those things are like the main craft items that you need. You find a goblin pack in a Nephilim Rift, so you start chopping them down, right? They spread gear everywhere. Now, my suggestion that might be helpful towards the game is, instead of dropping the gear, like the gear in its whole, like as an item on the floor, because we're gonna salvage them anyway. We're not gonna look them at them anymore. Like, you're at T8, Torment 8, Torment 9, Torment 16. You will not need them anymore. They will be salvaged into Veiled Crystals, Ordained Dust, in the 3 major craft items. Alright. So what we need to do now, in my opinion, is all the gear that drops as a yellow be instantly turning into a Veiled Crystal. Because sometimes it already drops like no, not that one. Like, sometimes you already see these drop like Veiled Crystals. 14. or arcane dust. 21. All right. So that being said, if you do that with the items that drop on the floor, like instantly regenerate them to the items that we gonna use, like crystals. And only have the legendary items as beams on the floor, because sometimes you can have a primal there. Which will be dog shit most of the time anyway, but the moment you hit T8, you have done your season part. You have done your part. Like, journey is done, you're blasting, you're getting paragons, you go into a Nephron Rift, you kill a Goblin pack, or you kill a blue pack, and boom! You like out the game because gear drops on the floor. Dev Breath drops on the floor. Like, Dev Breath as well, like, why do we need Dev Breath spreading all over the floor? It's basically you pick them up and they're all gone, but it's an extra drop that you create that can lag out the game. So in my opinion, like, if you do that, make the Dev Breaths as the Veiled Crystals when they drop sometimes. Make them so that it's gonna say like Dev Breaths 28 or 14 or 7 or whatever. But make them stack up as well. Like, you do that with the... There's a lot of things where that happens in. Like, put them on T8. You don't need any yellows anymore normally, because you did your chapter to like Torment 4 is, I think might be Torment 10, but you get it and you go for it. And then the moment you go into higher torments, make it so that only the legendary drops the items. It will reduce the drop lag, because you will have the massive lag that's in there. You don't want that. You don't want, especially on hardcore, you do not want that. Like, I had that today. I found a Goblin pack, I killed them, I stood still for like a solid 10 seconds, which is bogus. If you get hit by something like a Molten or a Grotesque, your character is gonna be gone. Like, you don't want that to happen. You just want to have certainty that if you do certain things, it will not lag out the game. Like, you have already, as a monk, you have the water allies flowing everywhere. You have then the gear dropping. You have the goblin splitting up. You have so much shit going on around you that it becomes basically almost impossible to continue at that point. Like, you need to stop, click everything on, and then you need to check. You open your inventory, see, oh crap, I need to go to town. Which is also not very easy on hardcore, because if you go to town and you don't have your enchanters completely set up with the items that you need, you're gonna get hit. If there's something in the area that close in your area that can attack you, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get your cheat deaths up. You're gonna might not lose your character because you will figure it out soon enough that you get hit by something. But yeah, you just try to maintain everything that's needed. So what I suggest is make the yellows, the blues, and the white ones, and Dev Breaths, combine them on the drops that they have. Like yellows, let them turn into instantly, to Veiled Crystal instantly. Arcane Dust, let them go into Arcane Dust instantly. Arcane, sorry. Reusable, let them set to reusable parts instantly. Like RP, you don't see them that much. And often it's like 15 max sometimes. And then Dev Breaths. Like, if you have your character, your follower set up perfectly with the, I think it's the Sage set, you're gonna get Dev Breaths like crazy, especially in the very beginning. It's like, you want to have your follower set up like that you get their breath like into beyond. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. Let me know. That's my opinion on it, and I think it will help the game to run a little bit smoother, especially with the Smurfs popping up and the Goblin packs popping up. Right. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.